Hammers and thunderbolts and burning blades of Drakai flame. What else does the day have in store for us? How about some harpoons, Michael?
Let's bring it back to the pirate age.
Okay, well, we're going to have a high seas show match, and it's not going to involve gravy bones, folks. That's right, it's Puffin Hightail in the hands of Aidan Kwasneski, who we saw earlier on in the day in our round 1 barn burner of a match, versus Paul Selinske on Marlynn, Treasure Hunter. Aidan's player profile is before us. He's sporting a 58% AGE win percentage, 2 top 8s, and 49 AGE points this season. It would mean everything for him to win the Players' Championship, and he likes pancakes. Let's move on to Paul Selinske, the man from Altadena, the guy that was used as the model for Peck Perfect.
Yeah. Look at that hair. I mean, it's uncanny. You know that was the inspiration. And you can't see it in this photo, but those pecs are perfect. I can tell you from my own personal experience.
At his bachelor party?
Oh, yeah. We had the swimming pool, man. We were living it up. We had the pool party skins live at the bachelor party straight out of Singapore.
You guys were playing Flesh and Blood. The only
we did play Flesh and Blood. We played high seas at Paul's bachelor party.
Tell you what. The only 10 packs at that party were 10 packs of hard seltzer.
Yeah, we had maybe 60 of those, but yeah, we'll call it 10.
Paul's favorite inside joke is watching Michael Murray. Wait, that's you.
Oh.
Take 10 minutes to plan out his combo turn on Wizard. You just got to laugh while he works out the blazing for 256 damage combo.
Yeah, I mean, you're always trying to go for that high score.
But he does like pancakes, which does make me a little bit of a Paul questioner. I'm more of a waffles guy myself.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Oh, yeah? Have I mentioned that?
You have mentioned it a few times.
Okay, well, I like waffles, folks. If you could get me waffles over pancakes, I would really appreciate that.
You're a bit of a food purist.
Yeah, no, don't say it like that. Our,
hard opinions over here.
No hard opinions. Our top 16 is before you. Both of the players that you'll be watching in this feature match are on this top 16 list. Only one of them, however, is in danger of losing their spot, and that's Aidan Kwasneski. I think because Paul is on the left column, he's pretty much locked for the top 8, especially because he has X and 1 thus far today. Aidan, however, sitting at the 2-1. If he loses out, there's a good chance that he gets knocked out of the Players' Championship.
One important thing to note, although Paul is locked most likely for the Players' Championship, unless something crazy happens today, playing for that seeding is still really important, because in the Players' Championship, whoever has the higher seed just gets to pick whether they go first or second. And Paul playing Marlynn, I believe that's going to be his deck choice for the Players' Championship. That's a huge benefit to be able to choose. So especially for him, he wants to win this. He wants to score as high as he can, because if he can bump himself up in the ratings, he gets more choice of going first or second. And when you've got overpower printed on every one of those harpoons, that's a big deal.
That left column in the Players' Championship standings is all so important, right? You are, Michael. And we will be proceeding on down to the match floor for a high seas show match. X-Nay on the gravy bones in just a moment. I think we're still waiting on our players to be ready. So let's go ahead and thank our sponsors. That's Top Deck Keep in Riverside, California, the place where our butts currently reside. It's the official sponsor of the AGE Open Series in Season 3. And boy, howdy, do we think we're coming back next year, because they have been absolutely magnificent, to the point where Tyler, our point of contact here at Top Deck Keep, has offered up some serious deals of the day. Mastery Pack Guardian, they're selling it for $5 under MSRP, and also including a batter to a pulp promo with it.
Yeah, I already bought 3 of those. I got my play set, and I'm a Guardian player, so you know I had to hop on that deal. And if anyone else here is watching and close by, come on down, get yourself a few boxes.
We've gotten our boxes, which means that the only thing left is to head on down to the high seas. Which of these 2 heroes will take it? Will it be the Sky Pirate, Puffin Hightail, in the hands of Aidan Kwasneski, flying his golden goose into combat, or will it be Marlynn, Treasure Hunter, piloting?
Look at that Marlynn scream. Sorry, just the art on that looks vicious.
It is. Honestly, I think I like it closer up.
Yeah, that was cool. I don't know that I've really examined it like that before.
Wild. She's expressing a lot in that moment. Both these players are ready. We are sending producer Justin their way in order to get the game going.
And both of these players are blinged out to the teeth, bringing their Marvel heroes to play.
Also a Marvel extended art Selinske Sarong in the hands of Paul Selinske, who sits in our 8th seed. Aidan Kwasneski, of course, at 16th.
And it looks like Paul won the die roll and is choosing to go first. A nice way to start things out, as we mentioned before. Getting that harpoon overpower to start things is a very powerful way to begin the game.
And the difficulty for Marlynn, of course, is getting that arsenal loaded because her weapon of choice, Hammerhead, just doesn't load arrows like bows typically do. Pitching an Eye of Ophidia here, allowing him the opportunity to put both those cards that he doesn't like to the bottom of his deck. Also activating Hammerhead here with 2 resources left over. You better believe that this is going to be a harpoon coming in with overpower. Ooh, and it's a big one. It's King Shark Harpoon, the exact one that Marlynn wants to be finding on turn 1 of each of her games. This is kind of like, is the best case scenario. I mean,
yeah,
Azalea going dominated red in the ledger was all well and good. This is exactly what Marlynn wants to be doing on turn 0 of a long game like this one, because it forever makes it so that King Shark Harpoon is a target available for Codex of Frailty.
A little bit of silver lining. Aidan does have the block card in hand, which will allow him to at least put 2 cards in front of this, but he's taken some damage.
Aidan giving a nod of approval to his opponent. This is a hefty amount of damage right here, 13 overpower. So he blocks with the 1 action that he is able to and lines up that block card. It's going to be a Pinion Sentry, blocking 6 on still 13, though, Michael. 7 damage leaking through on turn 0 is nothing to sneeze at.
That's a lot.
Also, Paul is going to be able to, the Go Fish on hit ability of this King Shark Harpoon isn't going to matter as much, thanks to the fact that Aidan is just going to be able to draw up after the end of this turn 0, but it does mean that Paul is going to start off with 2 gold rather than the 1 afforded by Crown of Dominion.
If Aidan chose to block with those arm pieces, he could start with 2 cogs in play, which is nice. Decided not to go that route, instead preserving the arm piece for a future play, which I do not mind at all. And we see
Aidan reveals 2 copper cogs from the hand. Nothing for King Shark Harpoon, 2 Harpoon. Both of our players are on the mic now and connected with our producer, so we can expect streamlined communication henceforth. So Aidan draws up 2. Sunken Treasure and another copper cog.
Rough start.
There is one way out of this. Of course, he's going to play 2 of these copper cogs. And for the second crank of the turn, he'll be able to draw a card off of Puffin's hero ability, which will surely bail him out.
Surely. Oh!
It's a conqueror of the
That's
high seas
exactly what he wants to
off the top.
see.
Listen, Paul doesn't have an arsenal, so that is going for him. But wow, Aidan is so happy about that card he drew off the top.
It really couldn't have been better.
Especially because in following this up, even without killing an arsenal, Aidan is going to be able to shoot that Spitfire in his weapon zone for 3.
I wonder if there's an argument to be made to draw that card with the 2 floating.
Oh,
and
off
it
of the
does
gold?
actually look like he's going to see if he can do that first. Paul says no problem.
Yeah, a very astute draw there, Michael, because card drawn is Cog in the Machine, which is going to unlock some really fearsome turns further on down the line.
Knowing that he has the 2 cogs already established in play, he has the grace to get rid of that gold now, not needing it at least for the next turn.
All that graces is gold, and Paul taking all of this damage, 11 down to 29.
So Aidan piecing together a very good turn, all things considered. The way he drew up, I was getting scared for his propositions.
2 huge starts for both of these high seas heroes. Marlynn's got to come back now. Gold token at the ready, though, to help Paul Selinske load an arrow when he needs it most. Tunic ticks up to 2 here. And he's got himself a Loan Shark.
I guess I'll take aim.
The other ones. Looks like it's going to be an activation of Marlynn here first. I think Paul is a big proponent of some of the standard pirate cards based on the way he's been building his Marlynn list of late, which makes me think that he might be holding on to a golden tipple that I just can't see. First, it's going to be Loan Shark generating 2 gold tokens.
Importantly, buffering his hook if he decides to use that, having created gold already this turn.
Oh, no, it's a take aim. Loading that Goldfin Harpoon, probably without an arrow, is Paul Selinske. Activating gold baited hook here because it is risk-free thanks to the fact that Loan Shark generated 2 gold tokens. So it's 6 + 2, 8 on this arrow. Threatening a Ponder token, which Aidan is probably not going to be too concerned about given the fact that Paul still has a card left over in hand.
Yeah, it is also threatening a gold, which is also, with Paul at 2, it's not that bad, but Marlynn really loves to have a big pile of gold to help in the late game or mid game or whenever you really feel like doing it. You can just pop those gold and draw so many cards to set up massive attacks. Aidan just takes it.
Down to 25 he goes. 29 plays 25. Paul has a bit of a life lead here, but we know after watching Aidan in round 1 that can be gone in a flash.
Right, you are.
Yar! Paul accidentally puts Loan Shark into his bin. Luckily, Aidan runs that card as well, so he reminds him that no, that debt is going to be on offer for all turns that come after.
Not only does Aidan run it, but he also runs the gold pack version of it. Both of these players bling to the teeth, as I mentioned earlier.
Aidan staring down even more copper cogs. I wonder how many are in his deck. I think the consensus is somewhere around 9 to 12 in most cases.
I do like those numbers myself. And we see golden cogs being made by pitching the copper cog, getting that extra action point and drawing a card.
Gears, says Aidan Kwasneski.
And 4 cogs is scary.
2 action points for Aidan. Card drawn. Does he like what he sees?
Copper cog.
Cerebellum processor.
That's really good with 2 action points. So once again, we see on camera Aidan lining up the cog in the machine with the cerebellum processor, possibly allowing the drawing of another card this turn.
Let's crank out a cerebellum processor.
And out comes the cerebellum processor cranking, of course. It's a perk up in the hand. And a... What color of Cogwork Zeppelin is that? Doesn't really matter because he's drawn himself up another blue.
Yeah, so a little bit resource heavy. And drawing a block card in this spot is the last thing he would have liked to see.
Yeah, this is the challenge of this Puffin deck. So much of what your offensive capability is going to be just comes randomly off the top of the deck. So you really can't plan for a turn, which oftentimes prices you into taking a crap load of damage just to see what you could possibly get.
Yeah, I agree with that take here. And we're seeing him sending a blue, pumping it up to 8 with 3 cogs on the field means there's the potential for this to be 10.
This is assuredly going to be 10.
But not, 10's fine, but really not what you'd like to see off the back of drawing 2 cards to start the turn out.
He's not done yet, though, because, of course, Spitfire will be at the ready.
And it looks like Paul's actually happy to block this out to prevent that go again.
I wonder if Paul's hand is just not that great, and he's willing to kind of ship it to the next turn cycle.
Yeah, I like this block a lot from Paul, especially if the hand isn't conducive to a large attack. Just stopping the turn on the spot, staying at 29, and slowing things down a little bit, ceding some tempo in favor of just keeping the life total high.
So even though Aidan's turn was not nearly as explosive as we've seen from him in the past, it still did buy him all of this tempo. Oh, wait, never mind.
Oh.
3 of a kind comes out here, folks. Paul is really looking for blues here.
You got 2 of them.
That's going to be enough. Activate Hammerhead. Send that harpoon, my friend. Blammo. It is King Kraken Harpoon. And Aidan, sure as shooting, has some non-attacks in his hand.
Oh.
Both Loan Shark and Cerebellum Processor, both of which are going to be needed to unlock this turn because it is super resource heavy. It's Palantir, Aeronaut, and Pummel. 2 cards that we saw go used to maximum effect in Aidan's first game of the day. But Paul doing some serious disruption.
Yeah, and Paul is able to choose the card, which means he could decide to rip the blue, I believe.
100%.
So that would completely stuff Aidan's turn. Coming up on the Tunic counter, paired with the blue and the Palantir, although Aidan doesn't really have the cogs to support the Palantir anyway, so isn't completely set up for that yet at the moment.
Because, of course, those 4 cogs you see in the arena now, folks, are going to go bye, bye, bye at the beginning of Aidan's turn. Aidan without any block cards at this point. And by that, I do not mean cards that do or don't block, but cards that have the block keyword. He does have himself a pummel, which does mean that he can block a little bit more of this damage.
Yeah, utilizing that here is an option, especially if it doesn't pair well, knowing you're going to need to discard one of those non-attack actions. And I know one of the challenges using a card like King, Crack, and Harpoon is that it's really common for the opponent to just put their only non-attack action in front of it, since usually decks don't run so many that you're getting 2 per turn. In this case, Aidan does have 2, and so now he's really in a tough spot, knowing that he will have to discard one of them.
Yeah, you absolutely cannot block with that Loan Shark, because then you have no resource card for the turn.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he might have to block with the Pummel and the Palantir, and then just sort of play one of his other 2 non-attacks and pass. It's really not good. He doesn't like this at all, and we can see him tanking almost not because he doesn't know what to do, but because he doesn't want to do it. Just sort of avoiding it, procrastinating the moment that he has to put this in front.
Does he have enough to get to 10?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's
I
what he's
think
holding
so.
right
even
now.
Even if he throws the pummel in front, that's still 9.
Yeah.
No, he's only holding
6.
6.
Yeah. Excuse me.
But that does give him a cog, which could unlock the turn. No, Aidan's doing the math. He's
Yeah.
realizing that Paul
It's
is going
tough.
fishing no matter what, and Paul is just looking on with glee. He loves
that.
shooting harpoons.
Those glowy cheeks.
I know, right?
He's like Santa Claus, but he delivers you coal.
too. he's Santa Claus with an 11-pack.
Yeah.
If you were to rip his shirt off right now, like our dearly departed Hulk Hogan, you would see Peck Perfect right there before
Yes,
your
sir.
eyes.
Repping the Arcane Games and Events hat.
Always peering at you from under that brim. A wry smile, because he knows he's about to ruin your day with a poison tip.
I'll block
There it is.
for 6 here and make a golden cog.
6
will
is the
not
block
trade.
here. Blocking with Loan Shark,
Taking 4.
which means that 4 is going to come across.
And a 21.
And Paul is going to reap the spoils of finding a non-attack action card in his opponent's hand.
Yep. His only resource.
Aidan says you can't take that.
Card, I make a gold. And then
Paul up to 4 gold, more than I usually see classic constructed Marlyn decks having.
Yeah, I think that's pretty par for the course when you're able to connect over and over again. That is what Marlyn's trying to do. She doesn't always get there, but it's certainly things are playing out well for Paul as he draws up a nice additional generation of gold in the form of that Sunken Treasure, also gold card itself, straight from the gold pack.
Aidan doing his due diligence with Steam counters. A lot of those cog go bye-bye, but he gets to keep a Cerebellum processor and a golden cog for 1 more turn.
What's he got in the arsenal?
It is
Okay.
a copper cog. He has no gold tokens, so he's unable to activate Puffin to get that card drawn, but luckily he's got a trusty parrot at the ready.
Ooh, and he hits a blue. No, he doesn't.
No, it's
he
a
hits a red.
Cogworks Dovetail.
I looked blue
I
for a
swear,
moment.
Aidan can draw Cogworks Dovetails off the top when he needs it and when he doesn't. It's always a dovetail on top. Aidan not happy to see a red here.
Yeah, I feel like this may just be the Palantir unicycle turn, pitching probably the pummel, maybe the dovetail. It's sort of up to him. He would have loved to see the blue.
Yeah, that's not too bad, honestly.
I will say, too, that Marlyn doesn't have the easiest time clearing the Poly Kranka. I don't know if I saw any tipples in Paul's hand. That would be the ideal card to see in this situation. And yeah,
So here comes Palantir. Paul probably going to block with that sarong because even though it's a nice piece to have,
don't reach for those. Don't reach for the hook, Paul.
He still
Whoa.
could.
Wait, what about the?
You can't block with the Crown of Dominion because it
thanks
doesn't
for
have a
reading
block
my.
value.
I was about to walk away from that without being embarrassed, but you called me out.
I read the body
What
language and
about
I found you wanting.
Yeah, I think I like the sarong here, but that being said, I think it actually is pretty meaningful if Paul's running blues in the arsenal.
Yeah.
I don't know what is currently in his arsenal, but it could be that there's a blue there right now, in which case he'd really want to have the Sile sarong.
And you know, Tunic is a fine choice here.
Yeah.
In general,
No counters are on it. It's, we're getting towards the end of the game, probably losing a resource.
in general, the Tunic is there for Marlyn to always activate 3 of a kind whenever it comes around. So that you can do exactly what he did with it, block 9, and then still have a nice turn. The thing is, though, Paul has only resolved 1 3 of a kind thus far this game. So giving up that Tunic is going to mean he's not going to have an easy time of doing so here on out.
It's still possible for Aidan to value the damage and actually blow up the sunken treasure.
Well, Tunic is going to get blown up no matter what. It has Blade Break.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Thanks for once again embarrassing
It's
me
the old
live
1-2
on
punch.
camera. What are we running at concurrent? How many people just watched me flub that twice in a row?
Just wait for the uppercut, Michael.
Guys, please
What's
leave
the
me
third
alone.
one going to be?
Don't bully me. Really, that's directed at you, Bryce.
I'm going to do it anyway. Oh, Samantha Cheatwood is in the chat. That's my husband, she says, because her and Paul Selinske were just married.
Yeah. Paul's glowing not just from winning games of Flesh and Blood today.
He's also pregnant?
He's got that freshly married glow.
Oh, right.
Jonathan Hughes, Luke in the chat. Over 200 concurrent. Thanks for letting me know. We got our producer here filling us in on the chatters of the chat.
Looks like we're calling for a judge here, possibly. Or we're just looking around wondering why Michael Murray is yelling so loudly.
They overheard me over all of this buzz going on behind us.
Flesh bag or we'll confirm just so we play it. Right?
Yeah. Does look like they're calling a judge.
Judge is being called. And Aidan poised at the ready to tap those cogs and buff this Palantir Aeronaut up to the fated
I wonder if the
9.
question is if he can destroy that sunken treasure before the resolution of its effect.
Oh, that's interesting.
If I destroy this
Yes, that's exactly what they're trying to figure out. And I tend to think that you cannot because it says win it defense.
Right.
It's a win it defense effect, which would go on the stack. Then the Palantir Aeronaut destroys it, and the effect still resolves.
Yeah. And it looks like Connor is confirming just that as Aidan flips one of those yellow cards upside down in his graveyard, and Paul makes 5th gold for the game.
Any reactions from you? Nothing. So taking.
Oh, Aidan decides to hold on to that unicycle.
Interesting.
I'm gonna leave it then.
And Paul's like, are you sure? Do you really not want to use that unicycle?
You get to choose. Oh, you have to crank 3 cogs. I have to crank 3 cogs. Yeah. 1, 2.
Because if that's the case, Paul had the opportunity to hold on to his Tunic and just block with the gold-baited hook at no expense to him.
True, but that would have been a little too risky, I think. Although with 5 gold, it may be okay to give that up at this point in the game. I know that it's such an important engine for Marlyn. He was just speaking to me about how he lost his previous game due to an overzealous gold-baited hook activation into a Slippy, which was able to block it out with multiple attack reactions.
So here's the other reason that Fyendal Spring Tunic is, yes, an amazing card, but not at its best in Marlyn. Because the bread and butter Marlyn play is pitch 2 blues, activate Hammerhead, send a Harpoon that costs 2. There's no room for Fyendal Spring Tunic, one resource, to like make that work. Unless, of course,
It
you have to
can
like pitch a
mitigate a
yellow, here
yellow,
or there
right?
or something like that.
But yeah, I think giving it up is actually perfectly fine. And we see Paul once again pumping that King Kraken Harpoon all the way up to 13 overpower. Let's see what Aidan's got in his hand this time. He's got a block card.
Another
and,
Palantir Aeronaut.
This time, there are no non-attack actions, so Aidan's safe from the on-hit effect.
This is the King Shark Harpoon, which
excuse
is looking
me.
for attacks.
That's different.
Justin
and
messed you up because he pulled up King Kraken. He's out to lunch. Nobody knows what's going on with that guy.
We're just out to get me today, aren't we?
And that's the third one, baby. Comedy comes in threes, and so do Michael's flubs.
And Aidan does have the black card, and fortunately for him, he's got the Galvanize, which allows him to cover up to 7 here, which is not 13, which does mean that this King Shark Harpoon will likely go into effect. And losing
Bye-bye
that
Aeronaut.
Palantir, losing that soup up. I mean, he won't have resources to send what he needs to. He may even want to consider not blocking with that block card just so that he can pay for what Paul leaves him with. Then again, if you take
soup ups.
it's like if you
He's
block.
not paying for anything.
Oh, he's sort of in between a rock and a hard place here.
It's that red in the ledger quandary. You block and get red in the ledger, or
Yeah.
you don't block and you get red in the ledger. It is a red soup up in the hand. So at this point, the best that Palantir Aeronaut can do, I think, is to remain in the hand and tempt Paul away from these 0 for 4 go-agains.
Yeah. And we know that it's a dovetail in Arsenal, right?
We do know that it's a dovetail in Arsenal. So Aidan still wants to keep his pitch
Man,
card.
Yeah, it's tough. He's deciding to block as much as he can here, trying to preserve the life total, because that overpower can be absolutely lethal when the life totals get too low. So taking advantage of the block card while he has it, making that cog, but he's going to lose most likely that soup up, which means he doesn't have the resources to pay for the Palantir.
It does mean that the Palantir can be pitched for the dovetail, but that's not the greatest consolation prize.
Yeah. It's not bad. 2 card 7 into Spitfire, 2 card 9. Pretty good. 2 card 10.
Frailty token,
Oh, true.
which is going to put a damper on that.
And Paul goes ahead and rips the Palantir instead. Oh, it's a blue soup up, so I actually like that a lot now. Still the same play coming out of Aidan, most likely pitching the blue to pay for the dovetail. But like you said, that Frailty is going to double dip here. We've got 1 card in Arsenal, which is affected by Frailty, as well as a weapon as the 2 attacking options for Aidan. So huge value on the back of that Frailty.
And the gold buffer that Paul has built for himself here does mean that he can bail himself out of a lot of the sticky situations that Harpoon Marlyn is just like want to fall into. Every now and then you just don't have the Harpoon to do anything on your turn, and having 6 gold does mean that you have a lot of looks in order to ultimately get it done.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we can expect any more stumbles necessarily from Paul, at least when he has the tempo. Aidan, however, the man very much without the tempo, sits at 15 life to Paul Selinski's 25. It looks like he's getting a migraine trying to figure out what to do with these 2 cards.
Yeah, it's tough. I can almost see a world where you just send the soup up and it won't have go again. Sorry, a cog left. So it would have a go again. So he can send this into a Spitfire for 2, which is fine. It's a 1 card 4. It's not the end of the world, but it's really not the pressure that he needs to be putting onto Paul. A 5 card Marlyn hand is scary to deal with.
And he does just that, as you suggested, Michael. 1 card 4, thanks to Spitfire. Man, Spitfire is such a good weapon.
It is.
Even when it's bad, it's good.
No, it's powerful. As that Frailty fades away, Paul left with a 5 card grip, and Aidan only sitting at 15. There are not a lot of turns left for Aidan to take these overpower harpoons to the face.
Looks like another Cogworks dovetail drawn up for Aidan. He also found a Golden Skywarden, which is good
Decent
news for that
timing
golden
here.
cog that is about to go the way of the birds. Portside Exchange is going to discard that harpoon that Paul just made, regenerate that gold, and keep this turn going. Does not need the reload off of the draw from Marlyn, because he's already got a card in Arsenal. Probably one that he wants to use, too. And here we go. Here come the buffs. Take aim. Drop the anchor. What comes next?
Oh, man.
Oh, no. Is it a blue and a yellow? Can he not?
No,
No,
he's
it's
got-
two
it's the
blues. It's two blues, baby.
Yeah, he's
Activate Hammerhead. Send that harpoon, my friend. Show us what you got.
Codex.
Frailty. Find King Shark harpoon.
Oh boy.
And send it.
Frailty.
16
Holy
overpower.
cow.
Aidan sitting at 15 life. King Shark Harpoon coming through asking about attack action cards. You got him?
Yeah, he's got a few, and that's exactly how he wants to be pushing damage. It's Cogworks Dovetail in the hand.
Aidan does have some decent galvanized tools to block more than he should be able to into an overpower, but certainly not enough to stop 16.
Aidan, his brow furrows. A solemn tear is leaking out of the corner of his eye down his cheek. He wants to hold on to this 16th spot he's got for going for the Players' Championship, but it's going away thanks to this poison-tipped harpoon that Paul is launching at his face.
That being said, Aidan doesn't need to top 8 to gain very meaningful points. So
He doesn't need to be top 8 today.
Yeah. So it's just top 8 right? His little inside joke, player profile callback. But, you know, every win matters. We don't know who's winning, who's losing. We have to do all those calculations after the day ends. So these players are playing a little bit blind, and they know the very least they can do is try to get as many wins under their belt today. It's the last shot that they have.
I will.
Golden Skywarden comes out to block, and that's the best Aidan can do in terms of numbers. Galvanizing a golden cog and the copper cog.
Makes a goal.
Generate a gold and an extra 2 defense on the block, taking 12.
Ow.
Holy cow. Down goes Aidan Kwasneski to 3 life to Paul Selinski's 21. And we haven't even gone fish yet, Michael.
Got 7 gold, a ponder. We're going to rip a card out of Aidan's hand. It's
Not
the
just any card.
dovetail.
It's the Cogworks Dovetail, which
Oh.
if one Dovetail is good, it's even better when it's paired with another one.
We
Oh.
had.
Did Aidan also galvanize the gold that he created?
Oh, did he? Let's see. He took
I think he took
16 minus 4 is 12. He was at.
No Arsenal?
Yeah.
We foregone.
Oh, that's interesting.
Should be at 4.
I think he should still have his gold token.
Okay.
Is the
Yeah,
mix
maybe
up
he
there.
forgot to make it.
I saw him make it, but you do have the opportunity to galvanize that as well because it's an
I see.
item. But he galvanized the copper cog,
Right.
which would stop that
Yeah,
chain.
exactly.
The chain only continued. Oh, it got so.
It got stolen by the hook. Paul just not letting Aidan get away with anything. Oh boy, the
Man.
merciless Grim Reaper,
You know-
wielding a harpoon.
There's been a lot of slander going at Marlynn since High Seas dropped, but she's looking awfully fearsome in Paul's hand.
Yeah, 2-1, looking to be 3-1 soon. I do not see a world where Aidan comes back from this spot. He would need more than a miracle.
Paul has drawn a card and reloaded an arrow card face up into his arsenal, thanks to the fact that is written on the Marlynn hero
Finds a
text.
Yellow. He's really hoping to activate the harpoon as well as shoot the king shark.
Just keep drawing, Paul. Just keep drawing.
Is that another yellow?
Play out a drop the anchor, pre-med.
He's found what he needs.
Oh,
I
he's
think.
just going. Oh, the three of a
kind.
kind.
They're the blues.
Oh boy.
They're the blues.
Pitch.
Yep.
Cannon.
Activate Hammerhead and send that arrow. Paul gives
That's
a
a
wry
Polykranka,
laugh.
right? He's shooting the bird.
Yeah, he's definitely shooting Polykranka for 16 overpower. Aidan chewing his bottom lip. I think that's going to be it, folks. The third Palantir Aeronaut is drawn up in the hand. He's got a Golden Skywarden, but it's just not enough. You're at 3 life, facing down 16 overpower. Paul is smiling because he gets the fist bump from Aidan Kwasneski. The High Seas Showdown is taken by the Treasure Hunter.
And look at the fire on that Marlynn. Screaming victory on the right side of your screen. Paul calmly handling it, but you know he's happy.
Yeah, without a doubt. Look at those rosy cheeks,
Oh,
man. I
yeah.
don't even want to think what color his pecs are right now. Bottom line, there's 11 of them, and they're all out to play. Mr. Peck Perfect himself, Dr. Poison the Tips, it's Paul Selinske. Ranger enjoyer from the beginning of his time in this game, one of my closest friends in the game, and yours as well.
Absolutely. Really great to see him on camera. Really great to see him pull out all the stops and make quick and easy work of a very fierce opponent of Aidan Kwasneski. So looking forward to getting an interview with him in just a moment.
Oh, are we going to get Mr. Poison the Tips for interview?
I think we are.
I am so excited. Michael, you want to take this one?
I got it.
All right, brother. We're going to be back with more gold-tipped harpoons, more high seas showdowns, and more flesh and blood, and of course, more Paul Selinske after this.
Welcome back, folks. I'm joined here with your winner of round number 4, coming in at 3-1, Paul Selinske, on none other than Marlynn. How you feeling at the end of that game?
I feel great.
Yeah.
I feel so good. I lost Azalea last month, but I found a new home in the form of Marlynn, really.
Yeah. Who says Marlynn's not a real deck? You absolutely clobbered that matchup.
You know, we touch a lot of cards, and sometimes they're really good cards. So,
I mean, starting things out, you managed to get a 13 overpower on turn 0, which is exactly what you want to see. And then you just kept doing it over and over and over again.
When this list hums, it hums, and it's really light on blues, but heavy on gold generation to sort of balance out the consistency. And it's Jacob Kessel's list.
Okay, shout out Jacob Kessel.
I might be mispronouncing the last name, but he popularized the Sandscour list, which I was a devoted cultist of for 2.5 years, then some. And it had the same feel. You touch a lot of cards, and you send 8 dominate. But in this case, now it's harpoons and it's overpower, but still the same feel. And shout out to him.
Awesome. So you're sitting at 8th place right now and feeling good about the day. We still have 2 rounds left, which means that there's still opportunity for you to win or lose coming up. But so far, it seems like you're feeling pretty darn good about your opportunity and the game so far.
Yeah.
I mean, we just saw this one. It looked just brutal for Aidan. You didn't give him any breathing room. Can you tell us a little bit about the previous games today and how those ones went for you?
Yeah, I started the day on Levia playing against Ian on Levia, and I found out sitting down that that's apparently a bad Levia matchup. So, and it played out exactly as he thought it would. So pretty good there, and then took down Tyler Horspool on Prism. Winning the die roll was, I think, the biggest thing there. Got to leak like 7 damage turn 1.
Yeah.
And just keep the tempo.
I know you've talked about how Ranger feels into Illusionist, that it's one of, if not the worst matchup.
Yeah.
So hearing that you took that down was pretty awesome to hear. Do you still feel that way about into the Prism? Obviously, Enigma is no more.
Yeah, thank God. I like the Prism matchup. I think I'm on a Tipple list, so we do have a little bit more go again. You can kind of leverage Sarong for some cheeky go again. I think I flipped a blue searing shot on him turn 2, and he was like not expecting me to have go again in the list. And then send a harpoon for 13 after that. So it has just enough go again to sort of deal with the board state heroes.
Awesome.
But can still go tall.
Yeah. And so I know that, ever since Marlynn came out, people have been sort of dismissing her. Recently, I don't remember, maybe you can remind me, there have been a couple content creators that have started to see her go up the tier list, maybe even some that have put her into A tier. Are you kind of in agreement with, where would you place Marlynn in the meta right now?
I put her in, B tier, but that's my Ranger bias. I know some other people in the community have said the same. It's really meta dependent. I'm trying to dodge assassins today because I can send 10 overpower all day and they can just put 3 attack reactions down. So Go Fish has to go your way. It is not as strong as Dominate in Azalea, but she still has legs. She has damage. She can stockpile gold, and you saw that last turn of the game, just cracking gold and just finding a 3 oak to find the last resources, 2 2-3 pumps. It's crazy.
Yeah. No, I know as soon as Azalea hit Living Legend, I was starting to feel a little bit worried for you.
Yeah.
And you came out today. Is this your first Marlynn showing at AGE?
It is. It is.
And you're just showing up, acting, you're just doing your best Azalea cosplay, saying, like, I don't care. I'm just going to keep playing Ranger. And you're making it look the same. 3-1 so far. That's awesome.
I think I have some transfer credits from Azalea.
Sure.
Got married 2 weeks ago, so had no time to practice. And I've just been like, oh, this is kind of the same thing. I'm just going to touch a bunch of cards and send a big arrow, and the skills transfer, I guess.
That's awesome, man. You got 2 more games coming up. How you feeling?
We're having fun. I'm getting to play Marlynn at AGE. Like, life is great.
That's great. Do you have any other people you want to shout out? Any thoughts? Anything else going on you want to talk about?
Yeah, I mean, I want to shout out coworkers and friends watching, and then shout out to Sammy, my beautiful wife. I love you. Thank you for supporting me while playing this insane game, and you're the best.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks to all the friends and people watching, loved ones, and we're going to take a quick break here, but we'll be back with more Flesh and Blood after this.